Okay, we will continue. This just now, sorry, previously we have covered the two elements of Islam, the model of Islamic media, okay, which are artistic production and delivering indirect messages. The third one is adapting messages to audience. How can we create a message that can be easily comfortably adapted by the audience? According to Chowdhury, it is incumbent on workers dakwah workers to gain an in-depth understanding of the target audience outlook on life in general and religion in particular prior to proselytization. Yeah, an independent field of knowledge called asbab an-nuzul. Yeah, asbab an-nuzul of Quran, reasons of revelation, is developed. Yeah, so that's why when we part of the Quran that we read, inshallah, alhamdulillah, there is another side of the Quran that we need to understand, which is the asbab nuzul, or the reasons, where the reasons of Quran been sent to us. Okay. Proselytization is a conversion. Yeah, when people convert from non-Muslim to Muslim, yeah, when they convert is another aspect of difficulties when they can't. I'm not saying that they can't, but as compared to us, we learn the religion since we were small, from the school itself. Now, for the convert people, they become Muslim at age of 40, at age of 30, 60 years old, and this is so hard for them. So to Islamic media should provide messages that can be comfortably adapted by especially these people. Yeah. So by like Asbab an-Nuzul, or reason of revelation is developed. Why? Because they need to understand why this is not this is not permitted, why this is halal. Yeah? Prohibition is of wine, for example. Yeah, this is also mentioned in halal knowledge. Prohibition of wine is an example presented in the Noble Quran that considers adaptation of time and audience for delivering, because before Rasulullah SAW, in times of Musa alayhi salam, in times of Nabi Isa alayhi salam, they allow wine, they allow khamr, they allow. But in the time of Rasulullah SAW, this is prohibited. Why? At early stage, it's not suitable to ban drinking alcohol. So Allah SWT prepares it gradually, and He bans alcohol completely when time is suitable. So in time of Rasulullah SAW is totally banned, yeah, because that alcohol can promote insane, can promote illness, yeah, unstable, yeah, unwise judgment, to which harm society. Yeah. So that's why Asbabun Nuzul is important. Similarly, time, message, and audience should be taken into account in producing television content, in any media content, because life keeps changing. Yeah, there are differences between the age of Prophet Rasulullah SAW and the modern age. Yeah, the content is same, but how we deliver the messages should be adjusted suitably to the time, or to the particular time we are living. Therefore, some Muslim scholars, before delivering a fatwa regarding a specific incident, ask whether it take place. If it can be, it can be done in that particular time, it's okay. But if it does not, they leave it to the scholar of the time. Yeah. We can't cover some of the hukum. We can't cover until 100 years coming in the future. But we have fatwa, we have ijma ulama, that will facilitate, that we think of the suitable hukum for that particular issues in that particular time. So that's what we mean by adapting. So the content, Islamic media, how, if we want to come up with the content of so-called Islamic media, so with the content should be suitable, and appealing. Appealing means when we watch the program, it's appealing, it's attractive, it's acceptable, for us to change, for us to follow. For example, to cover hijab, to have hijab in life. For men, for example, to perform salat. And how do we say that salat? Even my kids, I cannot say, for example, my younger children, I can't say like every day for if I want to ask them to salat, I can't say salat is wajib. Salat is, or you will get sin if you don't salat, for example, because they have the education at school. They understand about the wajib. They understand why we need. They understand what salat is. But the thing that they do not understand is what happened if they do not salat. If they do not perform salat, what happened? Why do we need to have the salat? This is something that the parents nowadays should explain, not to mention about the wajib, not to mention about the hukum. If they do not salat, we get into the hell. That is understood by them. Clearly, when they went to school, they learned from the school. So the parents' challenge nowadays is to look to look at the other way around, to look at the different perspective of salat. So we want to make sure that then they salat, they enjoy the salat. That is the challenge. Lastly, simplicity and frequency. According to Kanakir, Islamic message is simple to understand. This is from the scholars. It is distinguished by its easiness. What makes it different? Because of the easiness and clarity of principles, rules, sources, aims, methods, ethics, and rituals. Islam is a way of life. Islam is a way of life that should not be complicated when it comes to practices. Things become difficult when people make it complicated. Hijab, for example, they make it complicated. They have this hijab that reveal the chest part, longer at the back side, but not the front part, where this is in Quran saying that if you want to cover, they have hijab, it should cover the chest. So we make it complicated, whereas it's actually very easy. Cover the chest. And now it's not, because of the pattern, the trend. We think that it's suitable for this time, but it's not suitable, because in the Quran it's clearly say to cover the chest part. So unlike other distorted religions, Islam is based on a simple and easily understood testimony. There is no God but Allah. Very simple. There is no God but Allah SWT. And Muhammad is his messenger. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Very simple, but people make it complicated. There is no God, totally no God. There is more gods. We have these trees, sun become God. We make it complicated. Allah is the greatest. We can't see, we can't feel. It's not birth, it's not been born. does not give birth, that is not born. Qul huwallahu ahad, Allahus samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad. Lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Simple, but people make it complicated. I mean, non-Muslim especially. So, which can be understood by educated, illiterate, young like you, old, males and females. Similarly, the content of Islamic television, the media itself, should be simple and apart from complexity to be understood by audience. I don't see. That's why if you want to have this edutainment and or infotainment from Instagram, you don't have this hadith too long explaining why should we wear hijab. We don't need long hadith to explain, to prove the evidence that this is wajib. Yeah, the moment you become Muslim, this is wajib. So how to make simple about hijab? Yeah, hijab to protect the beauty. Hijab is to protect the beauty, not to reveal the beauty. And the beauty is to be enjoyed by your husband, by the family, the mahram, who are allowed to be with you. And for others, why should we share the beauty to others? You may have strong reason, but that is haram. You may have strong reason why you want to share your beauty to others, but that is haram, unfortunately. And when it comes to haram, hell is the answer. Laknatullah. Those who wear the tight shirts, tight dress, will be laknat, receive laknat from Allah SWT. This is away from sin, worse than the sin. Laknatullah. Not to be laknatullah, so we need to wear hijab to cover our aurat, to cover our body. So this tight dress, tight attires is actually part of the sign of Kiamat, the sign of final days, but there's only a small sign, a minor sign of akhirah. So definitely we need iman to towards this final the I would say the what's left, maybe 20 years, 1 year, 1 month. We need iman to sustain towards that. So simplicity and frequency, we need to say it frequently. We need to highlight this importance of pray, for example, frequently. Presenting the Islamic messages in an attractive form that shows actual examples make the Islamic message easier to understand and consequently more audience to adapt it. In addition, repetition is a form of da'wah used by Prophet Rasulullah SAW and presented in the Noble Quran in order to confirm understanding of the message and stress is important. In the Quran, mentioned about what happened to Nabi Isa's people, Nabi Musa, to Fir'aun, to Nabi Nuh. These prophets been mentioned many times in the Quran. Why? Because repetition is important. Frequency is important to show evidence, to remind us. Even in the surah of Alam nashrah laka sadrak wa wada'na anka wizrak alladhi anqadha dhahrak wa rafa'na laka dhikrak. Inna ma'a usri yusra fa inna ma'a usri yusra. Fa idha faraqta fansab wa ila rabbika farghab. Even in the surah, one surah but repeated. Inna ma'a usri yusra, inna ma'a usri yusra. Why is it repeated? So for Islamic, a model of Islamic media, it should have this element of simplicity and frequency. So in the hadith, innahu kana idza takallam bi kalimatin adiha daha thalatha hatta tafham anhu. Yeah, whenever the Prophet spoke a sentence, said a thing, he used to repeat it thrice, 3 times, so that the people could understand it properly from him. 3 times. Uh, So 3 times is the measurement. 3 times, not two, not one, not four, three. That's why I practice this in my life. I only allow myself, or I will allow someone else to be given 3 times only. 1, 2, 3. 3 times, halas. Uh, they fail. If they cannot do it, leave it. So 3 is the measurement. This is what all Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam practice. Reminding of frequency is important for rejecting prohibitions and confirming commandment of Islam. Yeah. So we amar ma'ruf wa nahi munkar. Yeah. Frequency of television content does not necessarily means repeating the same program until it's boring. No. Rather, repetition of a message should be performed in a variety of formats. Yesterday about Salat, today is about Salat, but from different program, from documentaries, short film, from advertisement about Salat. It's very unfortunate because not until now there is no single advertisement. We can see advertisement on about milk, about products, about being healthy, but nothing about prayer. So nothing, no advertisement, public service announcement about prayer. Yeah, we have adhan, and then no, like very short 2 seconds, 3 seconds advertisement on about praying, in which we should have that. So if you look at our media nowadays, the model, is it Islam or not? You answer that. I can't say whether it is not Islam, but not yet there to have this Islamic media. We have Islamic programs, yes, Alhamdulillah, but the content still questionable. Uh, Still can be debated when it comes to drama, for example. The moral is there. There's some values that we learn, but not the content as a whole. So rather, repetition of a message should be performed in a variety of formats. The content should be produced. So the conclusion is the content should be produced with amanah. Yeah, with amanah, comprehensiveness, and wasatiyah, moderation. Islam distinctive features should also be applied to content. Haram is haram. Man and woman cannot touch each other. Haram. The format of Islamic television programs has to be artistic, indirect, simple, and frequent, and adapted to the audience. Alcohol is haram. So how can you show something that a Muslim drink alcohol just for the purpose of giving example? Yeah, you can't show the actions because the actions can be easily followed by especially younger children. Yeah. So what happened? There is a lot of creativity needs to be used to show that alcohol is haram, or maybe the actions. So the challenge continues for its diversities, technology advancements, ideologies, cultures, and education. So where this challenge come from? From that technologies, technology advancement, handphone, yeah, smartphone, ideologies, people have more ideas, cultures, more, we can see more cultures coming to Malaysia, and then education. We should be firm of what been ordered by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, amar ma'ruf, nahi munkar. So I have the references in the slide for you to refer to. So that is So that is about these chapters. Is the model of Islamic media. Yeah. So with that, I finish. Yeah. With that, that's all for the lecture today. Before we leave, perhaps you have any question? Maybe you can ask me now. Any question?